You can customize theme sets in PowerPoint and use these to format documents that you create in the other Office applications. When we refer to Office 2013 theme sets, we're really referring to a collection of 4 different types of things. The colors that are used, the fonts that will be used for the text, the effects, which really apply only to graphic objects, and then to the backgrounds that would be used whenever creating presentations in PowerPoint. You cannot use backgrounds to format documents in Word or Excel, but if you don't set your themes in PowerPoint, then when you later try to come back into PowerPoint with your theme of selected colors and then try to create your presentation, it will make things harder. So as we've been discussing, always begin creating your theme set in PowerPoint and then use those selected customizations in the other programs like Word and Excel and the other programs. Okay, now in order to create these theme sets, we have to come on the Design tab, and then notice when we come here that we have 2 options. One is to select a theme, and the theme group is identified here with the word themes, and this is where you would select existing or save new themes. You can select the More drop-down arrow and see all of the themes that are available for you to use. Now, if you want to create variants of these theme sets, then you do that here under Variants. And this is, in fact, where you come to create or modify part of a theme set or to create new colors, fonts, effects, or backgrounds. To see this in action, here I have Design selected, and here I see the themes that are pre-installed here in my collection of Office. And if I just hover over these, then you'll see the change that it makes to the page. Notice that everything changes. The colors, the layout, where things come in, where things go out, the background colors, everything changes in these different theme sets. And everything that you're seeing is editable, which means you can change any part of this that you want to. For instance, if I were to select this one, and I wanted this little maroon colored arrow to be a little bit higher, then it would be very easy to go in and just move this on the master slide, move this up, and then it would be in that higher position on all of the other slides. I'm going to go back and select that original Office theme. Now, if I come over to Variants and select the More button, here, this is where I find the settings to set custom colors or fonts or effects or the background styles. If you come into Colors, you can just choose any of these that are already pre-built, or you can come down and select Custom Colors. And then here you see the options that you have. You have 4 color options for backgrounds. There's a light and dark for one. So this would be the light and dark for one. And then the dark and light for the other. This would be the second. So what you see up here in the variants, you actually are looking at the dark and light 1 and dark and light 2 variant colors that are set right here. And you can change these. You don't have to go with what's shown here. You can select any variant colors that you want for your background colors. The accent colors, accent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are the colors that would be used for things like a bar graph or any other kind of a graphic object. This accent 1, that's the first color Microsoft will go and look for whenever you're creating some sort of an object. And then if you have 2 objects, Microsoft will take the first one and the second one. If you have 3, then it'll look for the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. And these are all of the colors for accenting colors that you would use in graphical objects like this. You can only select 6. The last two are for selecting the colors that you would use on hyperlinks. These are things like what you see in email messages or links on the internet whenever you click on a link and it takes you to a different page. And as you've probably seen in the past, if you click on a link and then come back, then that link has a different color. And in Office, that's called a followed hyperlink. So the color for a followed hyperlink here has a bit of a purplish color, but the original link color is blue and it would be underlined. This is where you set your colors. And if you come in and change some of these colors, I'll just pick a couple of changes here and come down, and we'll just save this, and I'll just save it under my name. And save this. So now, if I select on the variants and select colors, then right here at the top you can see the word Jimmy. Now, if I come to fonts and come down to customize the fonts, then I can come in here and select a different heading font. I'm not real happy with Calibri Light, so let's just take something like Arial. There we go, Arial. And then for the body font, we want something that's a serif font like Times New Roman. So have heading font Arial and body font Times New Roman, and let's just give this a name too. So now we have both colors that have the Jimmy name. We have fonts that have the Jimmy name. I could select effects. To do that, I'll go back to the previous slide here. These are graphical objects. This is a smart art diagram. And so if I select the effects and then come in and hover over these different options here, then you see the kind of change that it would make. And if I were to select one, like this one right here, for instance, then here I have a change. And then when I save my theme, then this selection for effects that would be applied to graphic objects will always be this particular selection that contains shading for the background, fonts, and the border width and the border color, things like this. I can also come and just change that background style and change it to whatever colors that I want to use here. So when I get the colors and the fonts and the effects and any background changes that I want to be made, when I get those changes made, in order to save that theme, I simply come right here to Themes, select the More drop-down list, see the gallery, come down to Save the Current Theme, and I will just call this theme Jimmy. Notice that Microsoft is going to save this in a very special place on your computer, the place where it saves all of these colors and effects and fonts, and just save it right there in the default place. Click Save. Now, if I go in and open a Microsoft Word document, and I come to the design page and select Themes, then here is my Jimmy theme right there, all ready to go. It's got all of my custom colors. It's got my custom fonts. It's got the effects that I selected as preset here. And I'm ready to go with using this custom theme that I created, a theme set of my customized settings.